Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I welcome Dr. V.K. Jayaraghavendra Rao, and he will talk on biostimulants in agriculture. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, agriinformation.com, and welcome to my lecture session. Today, the topic is biostimulants in agriculture. See, now, before we go, what is biostimulant? See, recently, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, our agri minister, was in IIHR, and then there was a series of press statements which was saying that no biostimulant can be sold, okay, without the ICAR approval or without proper research. See, because you take whether it's humic acid, you take flavic acid, you take chitinous products, whatever. See, now, because, in a human being, suppose, you do have some biostimulants. Say, for example, you take the FSH, the follicle stimulating hormone, which is given for super ovulation. Okay, if a lady is unable to conceive or when you go for assisted reproduction. So you may have the gonadotropins, okay, which are going to stimulate your sperm production and so on. So, but now, without adequate research, when you are going to apply it not just on a single human being like the assisted reproduction in human beings, but when you are going to do it on acres and acres, and then when our GDP is going to be affected and it's going on a large scale, you might be taking the farmers for a ride. So therefore, today's topic, when Dhanlakshmi Madam called me, the agriinformation.com, I thought this very important narrative, the biostimulants in agri, has to be addressed. So with that as a perspective, we have agreed, and then we start our lecture session. See, now, even before I go, what is a biostimulant? Okay, then and all those things. See, the biostimulants are substances that promote plant growth. See, earlier also, when you did this basic biology course, today in the morning, my wife was saying, she's also a biologist by profession. She was a high school headmistress. So we were talking about the auxins, the gibberellins, okay, the various acids I'll be showing you. It may be humic and fulvic acids. Today a lot of seaweed extracts are taken, okay, which basically have this NAA or gibberellic acid, or, you have abscisic acid. Okay, if you want the leaf or the flower to drop, okay, people, the plant produces what is called as abscisic acid in the month of autumn. Okay, what you call as the Sharad Ritu, why the shedding of the leaves takes place, the shedding of the flowers take place, or why there is a flower drop. These are all basically controlled by the phytohormones. So what people, why this today's organic fertilizer production or biostimulant production factories? See, because there's a lot of today there are a lot of promotion and narratives that are going on. Paramparagat Krishi Abhiyan, okay, and then you also have organic production, and then people want mostly the organic products. So therefore, earlier when we were going totally inorganic, whether it is the NPK, the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potash, and then we were also resorting to various breeding techniques and so on. So that modern agriculture and today's what we talk as organic farming or natural farming or the zero-based natural farming, especially when we say we are going to use all the Jivamrit, Panchamrit, and then, cow urine, so many extracts and all that. So basically, we are targeting somewhere around the biostimulants. See, that means, it can also act as a pesticide. The cow urine fermented can act as a pesticide. And when you are going to mix the datura leaves, the leaves of neem, and then the leaves of Annona squamosa, your sitafal, and then when you mix it with cow urine, you put all these extract, it is going to act as a perfect pesticide. So maybe it's a microbial inaction where, it might be avoiding the further multiplication of the pathogens or the microbes or a particular pest, it might be avoiding the pest because of various, release mechanisms and so on. So therefore, these substances enhance the nutrient uptake. It may improve the plant vigor. and it may help plant to cope with environmental stress. It may be both abiotic or biotic stress. See, for example, how the heat tolerance is made, because especially in the ideas of climate change and all that, okay, when I am going to spray a biostimulant, I'm going to change the physiology of the particular plant, and I'm going to make it more heat tolerant and things like that. See, just like, for human beings, you also recommend yoga, you recommend Ayurveda, you recommend Vriksha Ayurveda, take Tulsi, take Neem. So many things are recommended even for the human beings. Similarly, even in the plants also, today we talk about biopesticides. We talk about, botanical pesticides. So a plant, except for example, the marigold um, flowers are crushed and then it's used as a biopesticide. So therefore, all these biostimulants are produced, and there are so many narratives working in the market. Even ICAR is working. The 72 agriculture universities are working, and so many private companies also coming with this narrative. It may be both Indian and abroad. Irrespective of what I say, the NARES, the National Agriculture Research Extension System, may be national, may be international. There is a huge narrative which is created for the biostimulants in agriculture, especially promoting the plant growth, okay, and also claiming a lot of stress tolerance. And the mode of action, we have already told you that how it enhances the nutrient uptake, how the plant vigor is going to be, and all these are physiological things, a very well documented science. But when I'm going to upscale this in a commercial venture, when I'm going to create a biostimulant product, okay, for example, long ago, this was even about 30, 40 years back when I was a BSc student, people used to talk about Paras, photosynth, which is coming from Hindustan liver. So there, they claim that, if you spray that Paras photosynth, okay, the photosynthesis is going to be enhanced. Maybe the stomata was getting widened up, or the hydrothores were getting overacted, or, more glucose synthesis was taking place through the leaves. So all these things were already, narratives were there, but today in the light of organic farming, in the light of Paramparagat Krishi coming into picture, the biostimulants in agriculture have taken a central focus. But the agriculture ministry is also, he has a valid point in the sense that just because we are pushing our organic production, organic vegetables and organic farming, zero-based natural farming, okay, and natural farming, so many narratives have already come, and Bijamrit, Panchamrit, so many things have come. We say now all our biostimulants are going to be eco-friendly. They are going to be climate sensitive, okay, and they are going to enhance the soil fertility. These are the narratives which are coming, and therefore the biostimulant production, marketing, extension, and research, our Agri Minister has rightly said, care and caution. We are not saying you don't do it, but everybody, like Ramar Pillai comes and says that he's going to create petrol from water. So such narratives we cannot tolerate, because this is purely a scientific issue, and agriculture is not just an emotion issue. Today we have 354 million metric tons plus in both horticulture. Even agri has reached, and horticulture production has surpassed. So everywhere these narratives are coming, and a lot of public, private partnerships are on, and then people are also coming in. And there are a lot of products also available in the market, like Florizon, which claims, that it enhances the flower production. So similarly, these things are there. So I've already told you how our Agri Minister made the statement, it was in the newspaper, zero tolerance for irregularities. Okay. The minister also questions what is the motive behind the biostimulant approvals? Why people are giving it? Is it to deceive the farmers, or is it to promote organic farming, or is it to promote natural farming or zero-based natural farming? My friend Dr. Ranjit Kumar, he has published a series of books, and he had done this particular project. He is my great sentiment, and we keep arguing on these sort of things. So now, we have already told you that what are the various biostimulants available. Okay, humic and fulvic acids, which are, humic acid is a byproduct, when humus is produced, when you put a lot of organic matter, compost, and these sort of things in the soil, okay, it converts into humic and fulvic acid. Okay, these are all coming from decomposed organic matter. So it enhances the nutrient availability and it also promotes root development. So we have such similar products called as Rootex. Various companies are also coming. So they say that the root development is going to further enhance. Once when the root development is there, the nutrient uptake is going to be better because the xylem vessels are going to get activated. So when you activate things like the phloem vessels, obviously from the photosynthate coming from the leaves, okay, your fruit set is enhanced, and then the fruit taste or whatever. For example, in Areca, we give a very high recommended dose of potash. See, normally 100, 100 and 120, okay, is the potash. Potash is going to be very high. If it is an acidic soil, we give muriate of potash. If it is alkaline soil, we give sulfate of potash. So idea is to, bring the pH to around 7, which is a neutral pH. And potash is one element, which gives you that typical flavor in Areca. One of my other colleagues was asking, sir, why the potash should be very high? I said, the answer is simple. If at all a fruit or the quality or the taste has to improve, it is all getting enhanced by the potash. And today, there are so many seaweed extracts which are actually sprayed on mango. Okay, because it is believed and it's also researched that they have a lot of phytohormones, especially naphthalenic acid, gibberellic acid. Okay, and then many micronutrients are also there available. Therefore, in the month of December to January, even in mango, we give a aerial spray in mango for enhanced flowering, better fruit set, and even avoiding the Docus dorsalis, the fruit fly in case of mango. Then there are many protein hydrolysates, okay, which have basically amino acids and animal proteins and peptides are there. They also enhance plant growth by stimulating the nutrient uptake, improving photosynthetic efficiency, and promoting stress tolerance. So earlier, when in BSAG, what we learned in agronomy was slowly getting transformed into breeding and physiology. So of course, we did take a lot of physiology courses. So physiology courses are a bit afraid. There used to be one Dr. Rama Rao, who was our physiology professor in GKVK. So, mugging up all that carbon credit, then Melvin Kelvin cycle, and then black reaction, white reaction. Oh my God. So today, most of the scientists are trying to work out on the physiology of the plant and bring out these biostimulants, including the microbial inoculants. Okay, there are a lot of bacteria, fungi that colonize root plants. The famous mycorrhiza. Okay, we say the VAM, the vesicular arbuscular mycorrhiza. We have azotobacter for nitrogen fixation. We have rhizobium. We have got azospirillum. So many things are there, and they also claim that a lot of disease resistance. Okay, people say Sasya Rakshak. So you also have Sasya Poshak, which is coming from IIHR. So many products are available irrespective of naming a company. There are so many other biostimulants like Rhizobacteria 1, chitosan, silicon, and plant growth promoting things. So basically, when we say climate resilient agriculture, carbon sequestration and carbon credits, organic farming, natural farming, zero-based natural farming, these are the narratives which has taken center stage. So now very quickly, the various phytohormones, I told you I was discussing this with my wife in the morning. It may be auxins for cell elongation, root formation. It may be cytokinins, which promote cell division. When cell division is promoted, obviously the growth of the plant, and it will deny senescence. That means if a plant has to die, in 90 days, it may take 120 days. So therefore, we say the green grain stage in case of paddy. See, that means in the hybrid paddy, what they have done is the green grain, when the grain starts formation, normally it becomes brown. But if it is remaining green for another 25 days, okay, normal paddy should come in 120 days. If I make it about under 40, 50 days, if I elongate the life of the paddy, in hybrid paddy, I get 25% higher yield. Gibberellins will stimulate stem elongation. You got a very better stem. Okay, seed germination is better, especially in NICRA project, the National Initiative on Climate Resilient Agriculture. If I was working in Telangana, okay, when the rains fail, the cotton seed germination is going to be affected. Therefore, farmers resort to sowing 2 to 3 times Okay, ethylene is obviously, it will regulate fruit ripening, leaf abscission, and senescence. See now, we give the ethyl treatment even for mango. Even at IIHR, we have done these experiments. Instead of, giving, ripening the fruit by smoke or, by applying some calcium carbide treatment, that is not the correct way to ripen a fruit. Especially in case of mango and banana, we give ethyl as is placed in a small, cup, and then that fumes of ethyl is going to improve the fruit ripening. So similarly, abscisic acid, okay, it plays a role in seed dormancy, stress response, and stomatal closure. Suppose if abscisic acid is there, the stomata will close and the stomata will open. When more water is there, the stomata opens. When the less water is there, when drought conditions are there, okay, if the plant should not go into the permanent wilting point. Normally, we say the plant should be in field capacity. Okay, the plant should not wilt. So therefore, these are all some of the hormones which play role. Prasinosteroids, so it is involved in cell elongation, vascular development, and stress response. Okay, jasmonates, okay, it regulates the plant defense against pathogens. Similarly, in herbivorous animals also, the response to wounding. See, suppose, how your wound is going to heal in animal cells, obviously, your blood should clot. Okay, if you are a diabetic patient or if you are a heart patient, you are taking blood thinners. So people, they will say you stop your blood thinners, because when blood thinners are given, like losartan or whatever, okay, your clotting of the blood is going to be affected and healing of the wound can be affected. Similarly, salicylic acid is an important phytohormone, a plant hormone, against pathogens and systemic acquired agents. Similarly, in pesticides, we have the systemic pesticides and the non-systemic pesticides, contact pesticides. So this is how the various phytohormones are going to affect. Strigolactans, okay, it was involved in spring germination, root development, and plant microbe interaction. For example, how the rhizobium and the azotoba, how the nodulation is going to be improved in a dicotyledonous pea plant or whatever, and how the nitrogen fixation can be enhanced. So therefore, gentlemen, today's biostimulant research, production, market, and extension is moving around many of these phytohormones and its impact on the plant health, the plant growth, the plant senescence, and the germination and root part of it. So now, obviously, we have told, I need not explain, I'm not a physiologist, but today's session is about why the biostimulants and why the focus which has come. I've made adequate responses on that front in the narrative. It enhances nutrient uptake, it will improve stress tolerance. People say, like, you do yoga, you take neem, you take haldi, okay, you fast, that intermittent fasting cures cancerous cells, like the Japanese scientist who got a Nobel Prize in medicine. So many of these research narratives are today used. Resilience, biostimulants contribute for higher yields. As I told you, in case of hybrid rice, 25% of the yield is going to be increased without any external application of fertilizers or so. Of course, people have proved it, but why Shivraj Singh Chauhan, our Agri Minister, cautions is, see, in the name of organic, in the name of biostimulants, you cannot take the farmers for a ride, because even ICAR institutes, we have the ICAR Institute and Cropping System Research at Modipuram, Meerut, where they say that the ZMNF, ZPNF, the zero-based natural farming, and organic farming gives higher results. And similarly, we have also conducted experiments at IIHR, where we did not get that much good results for organic farming projects and our treatments. In the recent IRC, the Institute Research Council meeting, this was a very big topic where things were getting discussed. So therefore, before any technology like biostimulants had to be upscaled, wherein the private companies are already into the market, and already there are so many salespeople, already there's a distribution network, many things are already sold, but still our Agri Minister, in the recent, we were in this VKSA, Vikasit Krishi Abhiyan, okay? Vikasit Krishi Sankalpa Abhiyan. In the month of Kharif, I was in Koppal district. So where, all the agri-scientists started moving in and around the 728 districts of this country. So before the Kharif season started, all the agriculture scientists, ICAR, Agriculture University, Department of Agriculture, Krishi Vigyan Kendra, 728 in number, one for each district. Everybody went to the farmers and asked, what is this cropping pattern? What are these prospects? See, today, there's another narrative that there's a DAP shortage and urea shortage. And IFCO has very rightly come out with the nano urea, the nano DAP formulation, which are going to be sprayed by drones. And each drone, the tank capacity is about 15 liters and about half a liter. That means 500 ml of the DAP or nano urea spray is enough for 1 acre. But for 15 liters means you require 30 acres to spray, and 30 acres can be sprayed. Normally within 1 hour they can spray 30 acres. But each farmer per acre has to give 400 rupees. So 30 into 400, that's going to cost you 12,000 rupees of the drone. That is without pesticide or without DAP or whatever formulation. So that, of course, the cost is not very high. With about 1,500, you get about half liter of DAP, nano DAP, liquid formulation. All those things are fine. But when the narratives are getting changed in agriculture, there's a DAP shortage, there's a urea shortage, and today the drones have come into action, and farmers are virtually, physically suffering. So therefore, anything which you play on the farmers' behavior or the farmers' adoption behavior, you promote something like the biostimulant, charge a lot of money because nobody is going to give you free of cost. And if farmers cannot keep on getting experimented. Therefore, there is a very big emphasis on the agriculture institutes or IIHR, horticulture institutes and all the ICAR institutes to thoroughly research this biostimulant, then promote it, and then it should go. Therefore, it is a very typical case of the public-private partnerships in action. Science is different. Science, today, half of the diabetic patients are on insulin. But there is another school of thought in diabetes. People say that you can do reversal of diabetes. There was one Bhujanga Shetty, he was a head of Narayana Netra, he is a very great ophthalmologist. He used to come and, give all this TV thing. We are going to reverse diabetes. That fellow himself died. He stopped insulin and all the other tablets. He told that, seeing him, everybody started giving TV program, reversal of diabetes. Bullshit, it didn't work. See, I am a diabetic patient myself. Without insulin, without all that losartan, clopidogrel and lipvas, it doesn't work for me. But there are narratives. We will do walking, we will do jogging, we will jump here, we will do yoga, we will drink cow urine. Oh my God, there are thousands of narratives for that. Even for biostimulant market, there are hundreds and thousands of narratives. So which need standardization, validation, research, then production, then extension, and then upscaling to a larger scale. So, I've already told you what is the difference between fertilizer and biostimulant. It may be of an organic origin. They are applied in very small quantities. It can improve the biotic and abiotic stress. All these things we have already told. I need not go on explaining. There may be a microalgae biostimulants are there. Azospirillum biostimulants are there. Then we have the VAM, the vesicular arbuscular mycorrhiza for phosphate solubilization, and so on and so forth. So people also, I've already told you, especially in case of salinity stress, in case of Lycopersicum esculentum, that is our chili plant. So many things are claimed, and especially maize and then grapes, all these things are tried and tested, but I'm really not sure, because why I took this particular lecture today is when agriinformation.com, I said, I being a responsible scientist, whether I'm whatever it is my responsibility to highlight the public that biostimulants work, but with a pinch of salt, with a pinch of caution. It is like reversal of diabetes. You should be very, very careful before you are going to apply it to all over 642.6 million hectares of arable and cultivable land in this country. So we have already told you what is the treatment. We can give aerial application, we can give soil application. Obviously, we have so many organic fertilizers doing this job, like phosphorate. Okay, then we say we should add the organic carbon content minimum 2%. Okay, the growth responses for both biotic and abiotic. So this is how all the phytohormones are going to work. Already we have discussed about phytohormones, the reduced transpiration, obviously the closing of the stomata, and then monitoring the hydatodes, which are there on the dorsal side of the leaf, which you can already see. So when the metabolism is altered, people come out with this Pediasure, or they come out with this herbal life, people promote. There was one guy in my house who was telling you take herbal life, you will become thin. So I said, I don't want to become thin. And many of these young girls and boys, they take herbal life to become thin, smart, and become more marriage friendly and marriageable. But unfortunately, how does it alter the metabolism is, it increases your urination. That means it puts pressure on your kidneys, and then you start drinking tons and tons of water, liters and liters of water. And I've seen boys and girls who take this herbal life, okay, they urinate very frequently. Every 20 minutes once they go for urination. So therefore, what I wish to say is, the mechanism here in a biostimulant is altering the physiology of the plant. It can even alter the physiology of the human beings when you consume these products. So this is how biostimulants work. Therefore, our Shivraj Singh Chauhan, our Agri Minister's narrative that use this with a pinch of salt, with a pinch of caution, with a word of caution, with a word of research, then do extension. See, it is something like, our religious leaders. See, you can't go on promoting anything which you yourself are not convinced. How can you convince? Especially in science, it does not happen. Now, if some Ramar Pillai says that I will produce petrol by water, okay, there may be some people in Coimbatore who may believe him. But I, being a scientist, and I taking this lecture on biostimulants today for agriinformation.com, if I start promoting all the biostimulants without the research and without the physiology part of it, I will be doing an injustice to my profession. See, a scientist is here supposed to tell the truth, not to please one or two people. Just to please one or two companies or people, I cannot change my narrative, or I cannot change my opinion. I cannot change my stand. So similarly, we have already seen that seaweeds are also used, especially it has chitosan. Of course, we keep using it in our mango plant and all that as a biostimulant. And then we give a spray of that one. Chemical structure also I've given here. And then obviously chitosan, how it acts is, okay, the membrane stability is and the antioxidant system is affected. So there will be more, cellulose synthesis, and the nitric acid and all the other things, and the resistance of the plant is going to be better. This is how chitosan works. It comes from the seaweed extract, and then there are so many defense responses. Okay, see, when calcium content is increased in the leaf, obviously it becomes a bit harder. Okay, it is something like, when you get fracture, you put that what is it? That plaster of Paris, and after some time it hardens, so it cannot affect the plant. So similarly, these are the defense responses, the biochemical one and the other things. Okay, but yet to be proved on a very large scale. There are a lot of research and all that, and that's the reason I have been taking a session today on this. But I'm not sure, whether it can be upscaled. So if somebody says I can run my car with water instead of petrol, okay, we need to try whether he's going to use a steam engine or he's going to use the Ramar Pillai petrol. I'm not sure about it. So now, microalgae is also, they enhance the nucleic acid synthesis. I told you NAA, the naphthalene acetic acid. Cellular respiration is going to improve. Okay, phytohormones and other activities are going to be enhanced. So basically, oxygen, gibberellin, abscisic acid, oxalic acid. I told you the list of cytokinins. So it enhances the cellular activity. So whether it's a microalgae, it's a microfungi, it is a bacteria, is it azotobacter, azospirillum, rhizobium, and so on. The plant interaction on the root nodules, and why rhizobium colonizes on the roots, and how nodules produce. It's a symbiosis we have already discussed. And that is the reason it's going to do PNF, biological nitrogen fixation. I was a microbiology major student myself. Later on, I came into extension and I have become a principal scientist at the ICAR-IIHR. So similarly, humic substances also, okay, there are 15 metabolites, and what people are going to do in the biostimulant production is they are going to concentrate some of these items and then give it in the form of a spray. See, most of the biostimulants are given as an aerial spray on the leaves. And of course, there are certain sprays which you can give it even in the rhizosphere, in the root zone as well. So I'm just quick. There is a change. I told you ZBNF to natural farming to Paramparagat Krishi to, Panchamrit, Jivamrit. There's a challenge as well. And I also see that there's an opportunity as well. But remember, gentlemen, in today's lecture, it is a scientific lecture and it is not a, your brainwashing lecture. So thanks to agriinformation.com, time and again, they have been stimulating, they have been calling for the scientific rationalities and how to enhance it. And that's the basic thing what agriinformation.com does. And I'm lucky to be given a chance to deliver this lecture. So similarly, we talk about probiotic foods and biologicals. So all those things are there. I'm not going into the science part of it. I've already told you there are so many, technology-driven platforms are there, and they also promote, and innovation is the key here. So we are going to mix the data science and then the chemical science and the biological science. These are the new business models coming. So now, especially for India, I told you why this biopesticide issue has come. We want to improve our land use efficiency. More in irrigation efficiency means always our DG keeps telling, okay, more crop per drop, okay, and then increased intensity of cropping. That means if you take only one season crop, it is 100%. You take Kharif and Rabi, 200%. Kharif, Rabi, summer, it is 300% intensity. Reduce soil erosion, that means there should be a carbon cover or there should be a mulch cover to reduce the runoff and even runoff of the nutrients and so on. Okay. Biostimulants, today, tomorrow, what is required is the credibility requires a thorough and fair regulation. Please understand. Everything is fine. It's something like, some abstract things. People say, have you seen God? So I says, no, sir, I have not seen God. Then the next question they ask is, have you felt God? Yes, sir, I have felt God. Okay, then do you believe in astrology? Yes, sir, I believe in astrology. He said, why? Because whatever is written in our astrologies and kundalis are happening on that particular time frame. If on 2025 September, okay, my health should go off, it might be going. So, of course, there are no big scientific proof, but people have tried to do it. So the issue I'm trying to raise is, I am not telling whether astrology is a science or agriculture is a science or biostimulant is not a science. I wish to say science goes on two paradigms. One is it should have repeatability of results, okay, and it should have a cause and effect relationship. Until and unless the cause and effect relationship is established, and until and unless hundreds of people tell that reversal of diabetes, herbal life, okay, even without insulin, I will do jogging, I will eat ragi mutte and I will eat XYZ, it has to come. The effect has to be proven or manifested in hundreds of patients. Then only I can tell XYZ, don't take insulin. Oh no, some people also claim, oh, for me it works with only tablets. Now, there are so many schools of thought. I am not here to comment on all that. Similarly with biostimulant, the credibility issue is there. Okay, and in tomorrow the biostimulant industry is still going to grow. Okay, in the past, people, they tried snake oil. This is a snake oil. There's no snake oil, but people tell that, people claimed a lot. You apply cow urine, everything will get vanished. And earlier I was seeing, about 30, 40 years back, when Morarji Desai was telling that, he drinks his own urine. That's called urine therapy. So many such therapies are there, but it is not practiced on a very large scale, and we are not doubting XYZ's experiments with urine or whatever it is. But a scientific rationality has to be established, a repeatability has to be established, and then only we can upscale it to all our 48.6 million hectares in this country. With so many farmers here and 10,000 FPOs, we cannot take everybody for a ride and go on recommending it. So if I am a scientist at IIHR, I have a responsibility before recommending, before opening our mouths. In scientific community, we have a great responsibility. We are not like street hawkers. You go to any vegetable shop, they'll say it is organic. They will say you eat this and your longevity will be increased. They give all such narratives. We are not here to, propaganda and do those narratives. We are here to test the narratives, establish the science and the validity part of it, and then take a lecture for agriinformation.com. It is not that simply I'm going to download certain materials and I simply speak whatever it is there. The slide may be telling something else. Dr. V.K. Jayaraghavendra will be telling the plus, the minus part of it because of my 35 years experience in the Indian Council of Agriculture Research. So hats off to ICR, which has given me this opportunity, and also hats off to agriinformation.com, which has been giving opportunities for the scientists to express their scientific rationality in a platform like this. So similarly, all the innovations have to be tested. Okay, the global challenges are together. We've already told you about biostimulants, and then, obviously, we have already covered this: soil fertility, nutrition, respiration, stress production. Okay, there are so many, 20 seaweed products are there. Everything goes with growth promotion, then fixation of heavy metals. Okay, like arsenic. For example, if you go to North 24 Parganas, very near Calcutta, okay, in West Bengal, it's highly arsenic affected area. So people have come out with many biostimulants which can, fix the arsenic, okay, reduce. And, for example, the iron is always in the fixed form, especially in red soil, the iron gets fixed. So how to solubilize the iron with soil microflora? So many such issues are also coming. We have already told the effect of, biostimulants on seed germination, the hormonal effects. Okay, sometimes the botanicals can also go into food ingredients. Okay, and then, again, you have to come out with this allelochemicals, the FSSAI, whether the food is safety standards. See, why we say the GM crops must be taken with a pinch of salt. If it is BT cotton, no issue. It is a genetically modified cotton. You are only going to wear the cloths. You are not going to eat cotton as a food. But even that particular GM cotton seed oil is used in Maharashtra to make pickles. When I eat that pickles, I get some itching sensation. Of course, like this, many narratives have to be proved. So just because you have got a genetically modified cotton, but the cotton seed oil is used to eat. And once when it enters your gut system and your digestive system, many things can happen. Why the PT brinjal was banned? See, who knows? People say that the genetically modified PT brinjal can bring sterility in you. People say when you take stress, and more software engineers have this sterility problem. Or when you consume certain unsafe foods, okay, when the nuclear explosion took place in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, generations together, they had some malformation, they have got some diseases and so on. One should be very, very careful before a technology is widespread into the social system. So we have already discussed this beneficial fungi. I've already told you about Azospirillum, Azotobacter, vesicular, arbuscular, mycorrhiza. Okay, trichoderma. Trichoderma is, of course, used as a pesticide. Okay, beneficial bacteria are also there. We have already told you about this. So biostimulants can be both organic and inorganic compounds. Okay, people may say that, you put some tulsi tirtha, okay, your plant will grow well. You put cow dung, it grows well. Fine. See, everything you can test it. If it is safe, please use it. Okay, I've already we discussed how the cellular mechanism, the plant physiology is altered. Okay, and how the hydathodes and the stomato is getting altered. We have already discussed this plant resistance for drought condition. So what happens is, to mitigate drought, okay, the hydathodes or the stomatal activity should be reduced. That is the one which controls the evapotranspiration, a simple physiology. So if the evapotranspiration by the hydathodes, which is on the dorsal side of the leaf, that means below the leaf is called dorsal, above the leaf is called ventral. So if the hydathode activity is there, even any scorching sun, the plant will get the capacity, or it can tolerate the stress. Say, like, people in the mountain regions, they are having a higher lung capacity. They can process double the oxygen. Whereas you and me, when we start climbing the hill, we start gasping for breath. We want more oxygen. Similarly, people in the very, very hot climate, Hyderabad, Telangana, and all that, maybe, they are already adapted to this high thing. Similarly, plants also, some plant, for example, the xerophytes, they survive in the deserts. Even our dragon fruit plant, which belongs to a xerophyte, it comes under the desert plants. Desert plants have got this mechanism to, modify its own stomata and then conserve water, and, it becomes a succulent plant. That is the reason it can survive in desert. But normal plant, rice and all, cannot survive in the desert. Although there is an upland rice and a lowland rice, marshy rice, and so on and so forth. So all these things we have discussed. Okay, I will not go much. I think my time is getting up. Dhanlakshmi ma'am, I have how many more minutes? Can I take under 5 minutes? Dhanlakshmi ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just 5 minutes I'll be concluding.
Yes,
because,
sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, see, I've already discussed all these things, friends. And I'll very quickly, these slides I'm leaving with Dhanlakshmi ma'am, it's all for you. Okay, and fine. Okay, we have covered most of it. Okay, we have covered. 1 minute. I'll tell you about this biostimulant market. See, now, please don't comment me and bring Dr. V.K. Jayaraghavendra told this. And he is a scientist at IIHR, and therefore, I'm going to promote biostimulant market. Please, I wish to tell here as a scientist now at this stage, I am not going to promote anything without any research data. People, yesterday somebody asked a question. You want Amitabh Bachchan or you want Salman Khan? So one girl told, it was in YouTube, I want Bhagat Singh, sir, because he can give his life for the country, but Amitabh Bachchan and Salman Khan will only sell gutka. So therefore, a scientist is almost like Bhagat Singh. See, we should not say that X product is good, Y product is good. Because even the research is highly divided today. There is no uniformity even in the research paradigms. See, there are different schools of thought even in research. Organic farming has got plus and minus. Diabetes has got plus and minus. Okay. Then yoga may have only plus. But various narratives occur in the market. A scientist is supposed to give a balanced opinion. We are not like lawyers. There is no two lawyer and a fro lawyer. I am not a public prosecutor as well. So I am not going to take stand on any particular scientific thoughts. Okay, so we will already do this, and yeah. See, now let me do it. Now the regulatory market. See, what our Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and Shivraj Singh Chauhanji, ICAR, and 78 agriculture universities do. We may have fertilizers, we have biostimulants, we have pesticides. The regulation and legal definitions are not yet established. Please understand one thing. Okay. See, even like marriage, we have laws. There is a divorce law, there is a marriage law, there is a registered marriage law. But still we have the LGBTQ and live-in relationship, which is taking a upper hand on the narrative. I am not sure which is correct. So people want a no obligation life, no obsessive compulsive disorder. They don't want any responsibility of any marriage. So therefore, the legal definitions and the regulatory pathways have to be established in case of biostimulants. Okay. Biostimulants are not pesticides. Obviously, when people make a claim, they will say, you take neem, your diabetes will go. You take neem, your growth is better. You take herbal life, you will become thin and smart. You will become Hrithik Roshan. See, are we here to listen to all those things, or what? See, for example, even with penicillin and many of the other antibiotics, people are sensitive to Orofer, they are sensitive to Augmentin. Even if we are having 10 classes of antibiotics, people are sensitive. See, I myself was there about 10 years back. Some 3-4 antibiotics were tried on me. And one very a nurse, was just an intern in that Max Cure hospital where, I was admitted. She has tried a new antibiotic given by some medical representative without even the consult of the doctor. And suddenly, it reacted on my body, and I was thinking that Yama Darshana. That means as if the Sakshat Yama is going to come and he has removed my life. And this became a very big issue in the hospital, and almost that particular intern was supposed to be sacked. I think she was sacked. So therefore, what I wish to say is that anything, whether it is a biostimulant XYZ, do not use it with enough research. Don't use it. So people have got, people say alcohol is the remedy for everything. Instead of taking paracetamol, take 90 ml of whiskey, and then your thing is gone. See, these are all individual, they're all singular responses. We cannot upscale them and recommend in the India Times newspaper saying all of you take 90 ml of alcohol. Okay, it will do the job of paracetamol. We cannot tell all that. Okay, so we will be doing all these things. I think it's time for me. And okay, this is the last slide. Biostimulant, research, organic farming, ZBNF, natural farming, Paramparagat Krishi. In more or less, they're all revolving around the same narrative. We want more climate sensitive products. We want more effective products. We want to reduce the inorganic content. What at the most we can do is we can influence. We can advocate, but to advocate, you need research. You should be careful. You can communicate. That means you can do extension. But to do extension, again, you should be careful. You cannot communicate anything under this. For example, our cinema stars will say, La L'Oreal, some lipstick advertisement comes. See, for some people, the lipstick is going to, it can affect your lips. You may have scary effects on that. You may have very wrong effects. Be careful, educate, collaborate, and implement. So therefore, friends, thanks agricultural.information.com. That was a very short lecture on the biostimulants in agriculture. Sky is the limit. Okay. Even in animal husbandry, we have this oxytocin treatment given to the cattle to enhance the milk production. There was a movie called Avan Ivan. Brothers. Surya had done double acting. His father is producing some milk powder product where he has put a lot of oxytocin. And, the children who consume this particular milk product, they started maturing even very early. They started showing growth symptoms very early. And then, there are certain natural phenomena which you should not screw up. And in the end, that particular Surya's father, in Brothers movie, he went to jail. Anyway, these are all the narratives. As a scientist, I should not talk more about Tamil movies and all that. Okay. Thank you very much. I shut down this presentation at this stage, and then we open it for some discussions.
Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions now, sir.
Yeah, please.
Can you please stop sharing the screen, sir?
Yeah, I will do it.
Yeah.
Okay, stop sharing.
Okay, I'll take up the questions now.
Yes, please. Yes.
What crops or farming system benefits the most from biostimulant applications?
See, this is quite a good question. See, now, wherever the commercial crops are there, very high valued crops. For example, you may have vanilla, you may have spices, okay? And for example, maize is coming out with an alternate for the beef industry in the United States. So therefore, the United States says, you please grow maize. That is the narrative which is there. So any such export-oriented crop, oil seed crops, okay? And then, for example, the organic.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. So wherever the organic issues are coming, organic vegetables, okay, they talk about organic farming, okay, wherever this health consciousness products are coming, all those crops, coffee, tea, cardamom. So wherever the consumption is also high, people want to do it with the biostimulants and reduce the inorganic content of those things. So therefore, they get a healthy product.
Okay. Sir, your video is very blurry, sir. Can you just
Yeah. See, now 1 minute. Because there is no light here. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Okay. Are you able to see me now? Right.
Yes, sir. Okay, this is better.
Yeah, somewhat. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. I'll move on to the next question. Are biostimulants equally effective in organic and conventional farming systems?
No. See, here I want to tell with a pinch of salt. See, the research is there even at IIHR, even at the cropping system in Meerut. There are mixed results are there. It is not really telling that it can replace the existing farming system. No. Therefore, Shivraj Singh Chauhan has warned all of us, kindly promote this with a pinch of salt, because there is a 15 to 20 year data on organic farming, biostimulant. Umpteen number of MSc, PhD theses have come out. But it is yet to prove concisively, like, it is like our diabetes research. There are different narratives, although, diabetes research is more than 1 century old. In spite of that, today you have some people who take only Ayurveda, who do only exercise, who do only yoga, and some people take insulin. Okay, you have got different classes of people. So here also in the biostimulant industry and the biostimulant narrative, the stakeholders are divided.
Okay. Can biostimulants help farmers reduce production cost in the long run?
Yeah, production cost, it will definitely end in the long run, but the research itself is not very conclusive to say. See, what, even I blame the researchers. See, researchers, they are like government policies. They will say it has a plus and a minus. Whether a farmer should go with the plus or he should go with the minus. See, now the dilemma is with the farmers. The dilemma is not with research. No research is the system. ICAR or anybody can say you completely replace, like what happened in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka told you switch into organic production. It went under a very heavy loss. The production got disturbed. The production reduced. The economy was hit. See, like people say corona is a man-made disease. Corona does not exist at all. It is a narrative created by the Wuhan lab. I'm not sure about it. But we also suffered corona. They made us to have isolation distance. Okay, we were isolated. We put the mask. And now I feel that, the 2021, till that corona was there, how much we were afraid. There were lockdowns. We are not able to go in the road. Oh my God, so many things are there. It is also like this.
Okay. What are the main challenges in large-scale adoption of biostimulants?
See, large-scale adoption of biostimulant is, okay, if you, now let us say you put 100 acres on biostimulant, and let us say for 100 acres, you are getting some 100 units of money. And by putting biostimulant, if you get 120 units, oh, okay, you are happy. But if it reduces for 100 acres, my goodness, the results can be disastrous. That's what has happened even with this diabetic research and all that. That Bhujanga Shetty, that head of Narayana Netralaya, himself lost his life for a narrative which is saying reversal of diabetes. Today I see a lot of TV programs. I'm not sure, ma'am.
Okay.
So therefore, you should be very, very cautious. You can ask hundreds of people, first try it on a very small pilot scale. And if it works in your farm, you can slowly upscale it from 1 acre to 10 acre, 10 to 100, and 100 to 1,000, and so on. Okay.
Are there any standard protocols for testing and validating the efficacy of biostimulants?
See, now phytosanitary testing is, there is one National Plant Protection Training Institute. It's at Hyderabad. Okay, there are so many, and we have our Modipuram Meerut ICR Institute for cropping system pattern. Okay, even agriculture universities also do this organic product testing and certification. APIDA does the certification. There are already accredited labs across the country. and you can definitely give it. But the main thing is when you spray it on a crop, that is the field experiment. The observation has to be taken in the field, and you can try it for 1 or 2 seasons before you upscale and put it on a larger canvas. That's it.
Okay. What key factors should farmers consider before selecting and applying a biostimulant product?
See, now farmers, I've also been in this particular field for quite some years now. Farmers will not so easily be convinced. They will spray it for 1 season. If it is effective, they will do the purchase again. Repeat purchase will be there. See, they are the most critical and the most rational human beings on this earth. They are not going to repeat a purchase if it does not work. If it works, you need not do any extension at all. They will come to your doorstep and buy. This is how the farmers' adoption behavior and rationality exists.
Okay. How can government and agricultural extension agencies promote awareness and adoption?
Fine. See the government job. The government has told us don't improve all these things. Till such time it is established, we are also trying experiments on a pilot scale. We are trying in Northeast, we are trying X, Y, Z everywhere. We are only giving results. See, the upscaling like the Green Revolution days when high-yielding variety program with Swaminathan, C. Subramaniam, who got the Bharat Ratna, both got Bharat Ratna, and Lal Bahadur Shastri with the Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. That sort of a campaign we are not doing in biostimulant today, as on today. But a day may come, even when Modi ji talks about Paramparagat Krishi Abhiyan and all that, or my friend talks about zero-based natural farming, they are only singular patches here and there. But you cannot promote it like what Lal Bahadur Shastri told about Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, the high-yielding variety program which came in 1965. I am sorry, we are afraid we are not doing that.
Okay. Can you share success stories or case studies where biostimulants significantly improved yields or quality?
Yeah. There are plenty of studies. You can get it in Google. I too have a lot of literature on that. I will be sharing it with you, and you can give it to our agriinformation.com. No issue. Yeah.
Okay. I am done with the questions from my side, sir. We have one participant, Mr. Rajesh.
Yeah.
Sir, if you have any questions, you can unmute your mic
Rajesh
and
can ask. I will answer. I'll be eager to answer with what little I know. Yeah.
No, sir. It's not responding, sir. Okay.
Okay. Thank you
Sir,
again,
just a minute, sir.
agriinformation.com. So we'll keep in touch and hope to meet you on the next session. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll leave
Thank
the
you very
meeting.
much, sir. Okay.
Thank you.